Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. I hope you stay a while. Hit that subscribe button below and stick around. Today we're going to make Totchos. It's a different take on Taco Tuesday and it is delicious. I'm not in my kitchen and that's because I forgot to film an intro, so I'm doing that now. We're going to get right into cooking and all the ingredients will be in the description box below. So I hope you give it a try and let me know. Give me a thumbs up if you did and if you like this video. Let's get cooking. First, we're going to get chopping up some onion. I have red onion, well, purple to me, but you can use whatever onions you like. We're going to chop those pretty fine because we're going to use half in our guacamole and half will go in a bowl for toppings later. And let's chop up some cilantro. The same thing with this. We're going to chop it all up. Half of it will go in the guacamole and half will go in a bowl for later for a topping. And now I'm going to move this to the side and get started on our guacamole. Now the avocados I had were pretty perfect, just right. So I'm going to cut those in half, and I'll show you two different ways that I do this. I'll cut it in half and remove the seed in the middle with the knife, and then I'll cut the other one in half and I'll just squeeze it out of the shell part. And it's easier either way. You just have to fish out that little seed whenever you squeeze it out. But I like to squeeze them because it gets everything out of the shell, so I can use every little bit. Now, after I get the seeds out and all of the middle of the avocado on the plate, I do like to use a paper plate like this or styrofoam because I can see when I smash it with my fork how creamy it is. So if I want a little chunkier, then I'll just stop before it gets really creamy. So I'm chopping this, cutting this lime in half, and I'm going to give that a good squeeze on top. And you want to do this right after you get your avocado on the plate because air is the enemy of avocados and guacamole. So as soon as you get that on there and you give it a good mix, then it won't turn brown on you as fast. So here we're going to mash it up, and then I really want this one kind of creamy and smooth, so I'm going to mash it pretty good. And then we're going to put it in a bowl and we're going to start adding our toppings to it. The lime is going to protect the avocado from turning brown, and then and it's going to give it some flavor. So we're going to add salt to it. I take a pretty good sized pinch of salt because avocado does not have any salt flavor. So it takes on pretty much whatever you put in it. It just has a creamy taste or texture. And we're going to add a little pepper. And if y'all been around, you know that I use granulated garlic, not garlic powder. So we're going to get a pinch of that also. And then we're going to add a little pinch of cumin. Now cumin gives it that smoky flavor. Now once I do that, we're going to mix it all together, and I want to get it into the fridge so all those flavors will have time to meld together before we're going to put it on our totchos. And I've put the avocado into a bowl, and that's so I can have some mixing room. I'm going to use half of the cilantro and half of the onion. Give that a good mix, and I'm going to put it, oh yeah, forgot. I use 2 heaping tablespoons of the Totchos salsa. It's a little chunky and it's medium. We like hot things, but the medium is just our favorite. So any of your favorite salsa will do. Just add 2 tablespoons of that. So I didn't have any jalapenos, so I used this, and it gives it a little bit of a spicier flavor. Not much, but I mix that all together, and then I'm going to get it right into this little ramekin. And I put plastic wrap on the top, and I get all the air out because remember, air is the enemy of avocado. So once we get all the air out, it won't turn brown in the fridge. And I'll put the lid on it and it will be ready to go. And let's get a little taste to make sure all the flavors are in there like I want. And yes, thumbs up here. Good. You gotta try it. Simple, easy, and anybody can do it. Once I get this in the fridge, I'm gonna take that cilantro and onion that we've chopped up, and I'm gonna put those into 2 little bowls and set aside for our toppings for later. Remember, chop once, use twice. I have my hamburger in the pan. It is frozen, so it's going to take it just a little bit to cook. But while that's starting, I'm going to chop up this purple, red onion, whichever you call it. And it's in bigger chunks than what I did earlier for the topping. But we'll get this in there, get some peppers. And these I like because they're sweet peppers. Bell pepper is a little bitter to me, so I prefer these. I'll get those chopped up and get them in and let it all start cooking together. Now that we got the meat going, we are going to start on our tater tots. These are Alrida, but you can use whatever you have on hand or whatever your store has. That's the only brand that my store had. So I'm going to add a little bit of taco seasoning to the top of these just to give them a little bit of flavor, but you want to cook them as per the package directions. Once I got the tater tots ready to go in the oven, I'm going to start seasoning up my meat. So I'm going to put a little bit of salt, just a pinch, not too much, and get that all in there. That is still frozen, so it's going to take a little bit to cook. But you could see that I'm going to add granulated garlic as usual. Those are my 3 things: salt, pepper, granulated garlic. Still on the struggle bus with the meat because it is frozen, but we'll get there. Just cook it slow and low. Low and slow is the secret to cooking frozen meat. But now I'm going to use my little chopper here, and I want to chop it up because it's not as fine as I really want it to be. I want it to be like taco meat when we top our tater tots with it. So I'm just going to mix that together, and I'm going to add the rest of that packet of taco seasoning. Let's get these tots in the oven, get them going, and we're going to finish up our meat. We'll be ready to plate up. Right here, I'm scooting my meat to the side because it has some fat in there, and I want to get rid of that grease. And this is my big secret to getting rid of the grease without burning yourself or having to drain it off. Paper towels. I just put it right in there. It absorbs all that grease, and I can throw it straight into the garbage. No waiting on it to cool in a can or in a cup or something like that. So now I'm adding the taco seasoning right to the top of the meat, and I use that package right there to put water in. I'll fill it up and add that to my ground beef, and that is enough water to mix everything together, and then that water will evaporate out once you're cooking it, and all that flavor will stay right there on your meat. Once your meat is done and your tater tots are cooked, we just start assembling. Now I put tater tots on my plate, topped it with the beef mixture and some cilantro, cheese, guacamole, sour cream, and salsa. Whatever you put on a taco, that's what you can top this with. Even lettuce and tomato, whatever you prefer. And give it a little squeeze of lime, and it's so good. Thank you for joining me. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. Give me a thumbs up if you try it and if you like it, and leave me a comment below on anything that you would change in it and what you put in yours. And I hope you subscribe and give us a thumbs up down below, and I hope you come back and see us again. More cooking to come, and hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, y'all.